Hi, my name is Dazzle and welcome to my channel Cancer Live. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can avoid complication with your PICC line while you are at home. You don't want to have any complications or any problems with your PICC line because you want your PICC line to remain in place and in good condition so that when you go to the hospital to have your chemotherapy, you get your medication out of the way and move on to the next stage of your treatment. The first thing you don't want is you do not want any infection to get into your PICC line. And the reason for this is that this can delay your chemotherapy treatment and give you a chance to avoid you moving on to the next stage of your cancer treatment. So infection is one of the things that you should try to avoid. Now, one way you can do this is that you need to follow the instructions that the medical staff gave to you on how you should clean your PICC line and change the dressing if you're doing it at home, how to wash your hand, how to use the solution that they gave you to clean and the PICC line, and this can avoid any infection. You don't want your PICC line to be pulled out of place or pushed. Okay, you want your PICC line to stay in place. This is my PICC line that I use to get my chemotherapy when I go to the hospital, and it's in place. It is in place. Okay, so let me come a little closer so you can see. So this is what you want. You want a clean PICC line that's in place with no complications so that when you go to the hospital, you can get your chemotherapy treatment. Another thing you should avoid is to avoid tugging or pulling on the PICC line. You don't want anything to get underneath the line and pull it out or tug it, because you want it to remain in place and you don't want it to be blocked or anything. So try to avoid anything pulling, pushing on the PICC line. Now, one way to avoid that is to use what we call a thin, stretchy piece of material like this, and they call it a sleeve. Okay, it's just a thin, stretchy piece of material, and this is used to cover the PICC line, okay, to protect it. So all you do is put your hand through the sleeve and you pull it over the PICC line like this. And it covers it. It's not tight, it's just the right tension, and it stays there and it's fine. So this avoid anything, any clothing or anything that may pull or push on it. It's important that you do not allow your PICC line to get wet. You don't want it to get wet, sorry. You want it to stay, you want your PICC line to stay in place. You don't want it to get wet. And try not to get your PICC line immersed in water. So you can devise your own method of having your bath or your shower so that your PICC line is not covered in water. Try to avoid any immersion in water with the PICC line. Okay, you want your PICC line to remain in place. You want it to be dry so that when you go to the hospital, you can easily move on to your next chemotherapy or your next treatment and get your treatment out of the way. For now, I'm Dazzle. Bye.